I spent 100 days in 7 days to die. This is from day 1 to day 10. If you're expecting some next level god tier gameplay, you're in the wrong place. But if you want to see something entertaining, you're probably still in the wrong place. But please watch. I'm desperate. But sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. So day 1 starts out like any other great first day. Half naked, cold, and confused. But don't worry, we knew exactly what we needed to do to get started and have a productive first few days. So we start by collecting wood, and we actually find our first magazine of the journey. We then start by grabbing some plant fibre as well as some small stones, enabling us to make this stone axe. With that, we're able to chop down trees to get wood so much more easier. We find ourselves another magazine, as well as getting some stone. And then we start by crafting some essential items, including the primitive outfit, the bow, the club, and before we can get any arrows, we just need some feathers, but they are easy enough to find. After crafting then, we are actually able to see that we have got the basic quest complete. With that, the only thing left for us to do was the journey to the trader, enabling us to get quest, buy stuff, and just progress even further. We do find ourselves an amazing book, as well as putting some points into Treasure Hunter, Lucky Looter, Healing Factor, and Rule 1 Cardio. Midway through day 2, we arrived at the trader. After going round and looting him for everything he has, we decided to go in and speak to the trader. This is where he offered us an amazing reward of a stone shovel, and then told us he had a special quest for us. This was very much just a basic, let's teach you how to do the berry supplies quest, and I mean, they're not my favourite quest, but we were going to give it a go. So we made our way over and started digging, but sadly, we got swarmed by quite a few zombies. At this point, we were very weak, and there was nothing we could do but just hit and run and hope for the best. In the top right, you can see it says stay within 25 meters, and I failed to do that, so I failed the intro quest, because yeah, I'm really smart. But out of frustration, I thought it might be a smart idea to check out Bob's Boars and Cal's Corn. I messed up big time. I mean, them boars are not something to mess with. I had an abrasion, and that was just the start of it. The only positive was we was able to harvest the boars for quite a lot of leather and quite a lot of meat. We also found our first gun, but with 0 ammo to be able to use it with, it's a bit pointless at this point. But then we had a zombie and a boar, and we ended up getting infected. But with little to no stamina and even lower health, things were just not looking positive for us, and this is where we suffered our first death. On the positive note, now we have learnt from this mistake, but also our infection is gone. So you never know, you could say, maybe I planned it, maybe I've got a big brain. Yeah, clearly not, because we got jumped by a boar again, and our club was broken, and all we had was the torch, and then I broke a leg, and yeah. Honestly, these first few days are pretty brutal. I mean, I don't get how the boar's giving me an infection. I don't know what he's given me. It's not the zombie one, so I've probably got herpes from the boar. But whilst we was waiting around, we decided to build our first little base area. We're not really going to build anything permanent just yet, because the only thing we really need now is just somewhere we can store stuff. We do decide to complete a few quests just to get that little bit of XP, and it's fun. We then do get jumped by another zombie, and again we die. I mean, that's 2 deaths now, but hey, we're trying the intro to buried supplies again, on day 4. We've wasted 4 days at this point, so great success. If you've ever played this game, you'll know that buried supplies is absolutely horrible at low levels. Lucky enough, the intro one is it's a lot easier, but honestly, buried supplies is horrible. With the rewards, we decide to go for the pipe bundle because our build in the future is going to be towards the stun baton. That is the main plan for us. But anyway, we grab the next quest off the trader, and it's the clear the area quest, and it's over at the Mushroom Mine Company. But before we go there, we decide to clear the Meemaw residence. Inside, we're able to find some food as well as some medical supplies with some books inside. But overall, there wasn't anything fantastic in there. Then we make the walk over to the Mushroom Mining Company, and we head inside. As I've done this multiple times, I pretty much know all the spawns of the zombies inside, so this one's quite easy. But we make sure to go in and kill them all nice and quick. At this point, the pipe baton is quite strong, and it's only taking maybe 4 to 5 hits to kill them. Obviously, with the more we level up and the more skills we put into the stuff that is necessary, we'll kill them even quicker. But overall, it does not take as long to clear the place out fully and make our way to the end loot. We obviously make sure to open all them and grab all the important supplies. We then make our way back to the trader and we decide to go for some 9mm ammo as our reward because it's just going to come in useful. And then we decide to go grab another clear zombies job, this time at the Malone residence. So after clearing all our inventory of all the stuff we don't need, we make the long walk over to the Malone residence. We then make our way inside, have a search around, and obviously we are looking for all the loot, but also to make sure to kill all the zombies in the area. The good thing about this game is it is always worth looting every item you can because you just never know what you're going to find inside. You can loot a bag on the floor and there could be a pipe machine gun inside and it could completely change your gameplay. But anyway, once we clear the place out, we actually do get some good rewards from this. But again, once we grab all them, we are making our way back to the trader. On return to the trader, we decide to pick our reward, which is the Ranger's Guide to Archery, and then we grab another job. This time, we're going for a fetch job. Pretty much, it's the same as the clear the area one, but you just have to make sure you grab a bag. But before we head out to do that, we decide to expand our little base area just a few blocks more, and even place down the door just to get it done for a quest. This is the easiest area to beat currently, which is the pine forest. There is harder areas you can go to, including the burnt forest, the desert, and even the wasteland. So it makes sense to not build anything permanent and wait out until you're in a harder area with better loot. We do come very close to death in Marvin's Getaway. We did kind of get a little bit swarmed upstairs, but we were able to kill them all just before we bled out. We made sure to put some bandages on it before grabbing all the loot. And again, we got ammo, we got new stuff, as well as having the best thing you can get, the Cracker Book loot box. Inside, you just don't know what books you're going to get. The only things we're really hoping for in this is actually the robotics book. Because once we receive enough of them, we're actually able to make our stun baton. And the weapon is absolutely overpowered. At the quest area, we do actually get swarmed a little bit and we have to pull out the pistol for the first time. And then we ran into this zombie that just refused to die. I mean, look how many times we're hitting him. I know he's built a bit and he's got a helmet. And I mean, if he was in a biker gang, he was probably cool and that. But look, we knocked him down. Power hit after power hit. Bows. You know, we're using the gun on him. Like, nothing would kill him at this point. And I actually thought he was invincible. But lucky enough, he finally died. And this actually showed us just how weak we were. We were never gonna, get powerful just going through these one school places. We needed to go for somewhere hard. And that was our plan. We wanted to get a couple more jobs done and then potentially, if we see any free school places, go inside and hopefully get some good loot. Anyway, back to the job at hand, we were able to finish up at Skeeter's place quite quick, return back to the trader, grab our rewards, grab another fetch job, and we were back out to get that complete. If you're wondering why I'm doing so many jobs at this point, because after you complete 10 jobs with this trader, you get a reward of a bicycle, and that just means you're able to get around so much more quicker. You end up saving so much time travelling, and it's just fun, innit? Anyway, we arrived at the Nolly cabin. We managed to grab some books, get rid of some of the zombies, and then we were able to find ourselves some good loot. We then made our way down this secret tunnel under the house, looking around for the supplies. We finally find them. All we had to do now was get rid of the rest of the zombies, grab the rest of the loot, and make our way back to the trader. If you are unaware, every 7 days there is a blood moon. With that brings harder zombies in a horde that will come and attack you, and they won't stop until you kill them all. And that was tonight, our first blood moon, so we needed to make sure we were prepared. For our reward, we grabbed ourselves 30 shotgun shells. Then we grabbed a buried supplies quest. I mean, what can go wrong with buried supply quest? We're just so good at them. So we make our way over, and we pretty much grabbed it because it was the closest quest at the time, and I kind of want to get the first 10 done really quick. But anyway, we start digging and digging and digging for a long, long time, and we were constantly out of stamina, and it's just so boring, and these, oh, I hate them. I always try my best to avoid these buried treasure quests because they're just so boring. And I mean, it can be anywhere in the circle, and the circle gets closer after like 10 digs or whatever it is. But I mean, it could be in the most ridiculous place, and you could avoid it for so long, and ugh. But anyway, after it felt like 10 hours of digging, we finally found the buried supplies. So we grabbed them, ran back to the trader. As always, I mean, it's just a lot of back and forth these first 10 days. Grabbed our rewards, grabbed another quest, and then we were off again. This time, we knew the blood moon was coming, and we thought it is probably best to not be near our base. We don't want it being destroyed. We don't want our resources being lost because of these zombies. Anyway, we were in the middle of nowhere, and it happened. The swarm found us, and this was a very hard fight. Things were not looking good, but I don't even know how I managed to survive for most of it. It was pretty much run, hit, run, hit, run, hit. I mean, you don't have time to reload your weapons a lot of the time. It's very difficult. Early day blood moons are a pain. How some people play this game on like insta-death or like hardcore, I do not know, but massive respects to you. Because I mean, like, I'm playing on like regular difficulty. I've not changed anything, and this is difficult. We're infected, we're bleeding, we're fatigued. It's not looking good, but all we can say is we've survived so far. Can we survive even longer? Lucky enough, we had a little break with the zombies, and we were actually able, to reload our weapon and potentially give ourselves a bit of breathing space. But I made the mistake of trying to loot. Like, why? But once the blood moon was finished, we decided it could be good to venture into this building here. Ranger Station Golf. 3 schools, potentially some good loot, and a lot of zombies. I mean, what can go wrong? The only positive is a lot of medication was found in here, as well as just, a ridiculous amount of loot. Things were looking good for us. We were killing zombies left, right, and centre, and this was all going well until we ventured into the wrong room. These army soldier zombies are, oh my god, they eat bullets, they eat attacks, they are just so hard to kill. They sprained my leg, they sprained my arm. I mean, I was fatigued, I was abrased, I was infected, and that was it. Dead again. But not to fear, we made our way quickly back to our loot, and this time we tried to keep a better distance, and we finally killed the zombies. And then to make things better, we opened up a door and 2 demon dogs came out. I mean, they are probably just regular dogs, but demon dogs sounds cooler. We then had to climb this tower, and on top of the tower, we were like, sweet, the loot, what can go wrong? Let me grab it. You see that? Like 6 of them. Hard zombies. We had to run and we had to try to keep our distance. But then they started climbing the tower. So, I mean, at this point, things was just not looking good for us. I thought, this is it, we're dead again. But somehow we actually survived. The days of playing Call of Duty Zombies, it kicked in. Being able to zigzag around, keep my distance, able to get through the zombies without getting hit. Honestly, I felt like I was in prime Black Ops 1 Zombies at this point. I had no ammo, weapons broken, but finally we were able to kill all the zombies and get to the juicy loot. Obviously we found ourselves a lot of books. I mean, they all help us in the end. Anytime you see a shotgun beside you, you know you're going to get something good, but for some reason, I got something terrible. Overall, was it worth it? Probably not. But you know what? We did it. We're feeling good. We're feeling confident. And we were on our way to Alistair's cabin to carry on with our quests. We got through this quite quick. This honestly felt like a cakewalk just compared to what we just put up with. And all that was left for us to do was grab the loot and make our way back to the trader. Well, first, obviously, we had to find these hidden supplies that are always in the most ridiculous places. But at this point, with our broken leg, we're actually unable to run or jump, so it took us so long to get back, because if you run or jump, it actually increases the time that your leg is broken, even if you've got it in a cast or a splint. But we make it back, and we decide to take 37.62 ammo. We then decide to grab a numbered job, this time just a clear one over at Ranger Station Beta. So again, after dropping a few things off and putting a point into -69er, we decide to make our way over to Ranger Station Beta. This was going to be a long walk. I mean, we couldn't really run. We tried it a few times, hoping that, we could get away with it, but it just was not worth having a broken leg for much longer. But we arrived at the ranger station, we dealt with a zombie bird, and we dealt with all the zombies that was there, and then we made our way to the top, hoping to find good loot this time. This time we were smart and we pulled out our shotgun, and I mean, you can one-tap majority of these zombies, so it's quite easy. The loot wasn't, really much to call home about. Forged steel, yeah, it's great, but I can't really do anything with it yet. But then again, there we are, the long walk back to the trader. On return, we grab the Shotgun Messiah Volume 5 and grab the final job needed. This time, we've got to go to Sean's shack and grab some supplies. You know the drill at this point. Go to the shack, kill all the zombies, grab the supplies, and we make our way back. It's a lot of rinse and repeat in this first 10 days, and I promise, honestly, past this point, the game becomes a lot more enjoyable. Once you start exploring and once you start getting into some of the hard areas, this game becomes extremely fun. Anyway, we grab all the loot, we deal with the zombies, and we are on our way back to the trader. We finally get back, and obviously we need to try and find the best rewards. Again, he didn't really give us anything crazy, so we just went for the lockpicks, and then we saw, that's it. I thought that was the 10 jobs complete, but then I realised we did actually fail the original job, so I don't think that counts. So we had to just do one more, clear the area over at the live bait dock, and then make our way back. This time we craft the crafting skill, magazine bundle, and then we craft the bicycle. And that was it, 10 days complete. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if I'm doing anything wrong, and let me know if you do want to see more. I will be releasing 10 days at a time, and then at the end I'll be putting them all together into a big long video where I survive the whole 100 days. If you do want to see any of this live, do make sure to check me out either on twitch.tv/TheGreatDane or here on my YouTube where I stream to both. I'll see you in the next video.